So hello to everybody that's just joining us just now. Today's topic is going to be about books that may change your life. Now, before I went on this live feed, I had a business meeting with the social media manager that I've got just now, Maria. Hi Maria. And I didn't know what I was going to talk about. We just finished the meeting about 15 minutes ago. I thought, I've not got a topic to speak about today. And I've seen a message in my inbox, in the PM box, just to say, asking me a question about kind of books, what books would I recommend? And I get a lot of those kind of questions just to say, what books would you recommend for this? What books would you recommend for that? So I thought I'll do a live cast about the books that are changing my life. I say changing because I can read a book maybe 10 times or something. I get something new from it every time I read it. So I wanted to speak about some books I'm reading just now and some books I've read in the past and might help you as well. Mainly personal development, but some are from kind of business slant as well. I think there's a business slant that's kind of really helped change my business and my life as well. So the first one, I want to tell you a story about it first, how I came across this book and how this is how I got into personal development because of this one book, and this is where I am today. It's because of this book I am here today speaking to you, because of this one book, and it's led me through a journey of over 25 years. And it was a book, I was in Kirkcaldy in Fife, and that's in Scotland, and I was in a second-hand bookshop, and I seen a book on the top shelf, and I reached up to kind of take the book off the shelf, and because it was so tightly packed, another book kind of slid out with it, literally fell, knocked me on the head, and then fell to the ground. And I kind of looked around to see if anybody was there because I was quite embarrassed that this book fell on my head. But nobody was there anyway. So I bent over to pick it up, and it was a bright yellow cover with kind of red bands across it in writing. I went to pick it up and put it back on the shelf. And then I kind of looked at the cover. I thought, that looks quite interesting. And I looked at the price, it was £2.50. So I thought, I'm going to take a chance and just buy it. And it was this book. This was the very book that fell on my head and fell to the ground on that day. It must have been about 26 years ago. Think and Grow Rich. And is probably one of the most well-known personal development books out there. And I started reading it on the bus home. I was getting a bus home at the time. And I couldn't put it down. Once I got off the bus, in fact, I think I missed my stop, so I had to walk back. So as I was walking back to my house from my stop, I was still reading it. And I must have read it in a day or two. And I just thought, this is amazing. Just the stuff in it, everything that it spoke about, I just thought, this is just mental, this is excellent. And so I started to kind of put it into practice, and I must read it. I've got about 3 different copies of this book. This was the original one I bought, and it's one of the, I don't even know, it's not a first edition, but you can see there, it's got the price, £2.50, that's how much I paid for it. But it was worth every penny, worth a million times that to me. So that's one of the books that definitely shaped my life, changed my life, and still changing it today, because when I go on holiday I still take a copy of it, and as I said, I've got 3 copies of that book. So, and that's one of the books that everybody should read. If you're into personal development, if you're into business, if you're into anything at all to change your life, Think and Grow Rich is a brilliant book to read. Now, the second one I'm currently reading just now, and I've not got through it just now, and it's a book by Elsie Biskoff, and it's called Death is an Illusion. And it's a great book because it's speaking about spirituality, and it's based on the work of Martinez, who was a Dutch philosopher, and it's from a religious bent, but it doesn't have to be. When you read it, it's not really from a religious bent. You can kind of turn it around to look at your life in your way, not necessarily from a religious perspective, but just life in general. And what it's done for me reading it so far, and I'm only kind of 80 or 90 pages into it now, I've been reading it a bit at a time. It's not heavy going, but it's just, when you read it, it gives you really something to think about. It's not one of those you can just read in one day and just get a lot out of it. So I'm kind of dipping in and out of it just now, and I'm always getting something different from it. And I just think it's a great book because it's cemented the ideas that I've kind of always had about my own life as I've been growing up, and particularly in the last 10 years or something, about my own kind of spirituality, about life itself, about death, just about everything, and it speaks about energy and things like that. And it's just a really good book. And as I said, it's called Death is an Illusion by Elsie Biscoff. And I hope I pronounced that right. Elsie, actually, when I mentioned this on another live cast, on one of the very first ones I've done, she actually wrote to me to thank me, which I really appreciated. It was really nice of her to do that. And it was my friend Maria McMahon that kind of wrote to me on Skype and just said, you need to read this book, it's really good. She's read it 20 times or something. So it's a really good book, but it's not a book that you can read in a day, but it's a great book if you're looking for kind of more ideas on death, life itself, energy and spirituality, and even religion if you're kind of into that as well. Just a brilliant book. I'm loving it just now. So that's one. The next one is from Derek Sivers, and it's called Anything You Want. I'll just put it back there because it doesn't say it on the cover. But it's from Derek Sivers, who founded CD Baby. And it's a great book because it's not about business. Although he founded CD Baby, this is about his manifesto on life, about how to live your life. And it's just such a short book, you can read it in a couple of hours. But the messages in it, everything in it, is just brilliant. I'm not going to go I'm not going to go into it at all. But if you get it, I think it's only, how many pages long is it? 77 pages long. But well worth the money. I think it was £10.99, £10.99 or something. But definitely well worth it. And it's a a manifesto on living. How to kind of live your life, kind of in business and your family life, your own life and stuff like that. It's just a brilliant little book. And the other one I'm reading just now, I don't know if you've heard of this guy, but this guy, I've been reading him for years. And if you've seen him on video, unfortunately passed away very recently. And it was such a sad thing because he had so much to give the world, but the books he's left the world is just phenomenal. And this is one of his books. It's a guy called Stuart Wilde, and this book is Infinite Self. And this, just his writing, his sense of humour, he's a British guy, but his dry sense of humour, is just everything, the way he writes is just brilliant. I think you'll love this guy if you actually kind of read some of his stuff as well. So that was Stuart Wilde, and the book was Infinite Self, but I've got all of his books that he's ever written. And again, I must have read each of his books about five times. I've even downloaded the audio books as well, so when I'm out walking the dog, I can listen to him as well. He's just brilliant. If you see him on video as well, he's really good. You can check him out on YouTube. He's just a great guy, just a really, really good guy, and it was sad when he actually passed away recently. The business book that's kind of changed my life, but from a business point of view and from a personal development point of view as well. And it's probably somebody you've never ever heard of, unless you're kind of in the business world, in the online kind of business world. It's a guy called Russell Brunson, and he's written a book called .com Secrets. And Russell's been around for years, literally years. I mean, the first product he made was about how to make a potato gun. And that was his first. He made thousands and thousands of dollars on that. And he's now got a program called ClickFunnels. I'll put links to all these books and stuff underneath. But he's got a program called ClickFunnels. And when that program came out, it just brought everything together for me online. I could do full websites. I could put blogs in there. I could put a funnel in there, squeeze pages, landing pages, stuff like that. I know a lot of you are not going to be interested in that. But a lot of people ask me, how did I get started in business and what tools do I use to do my business online as well? And Russell Brunson is a genius. He makes out he's not a genius, but he bloody is a genius. He's just amazing. So check out .com Secrets, and I think you can get that for free, actually. I'll try and find the link and send it over. And by the way, all these books I'm telling you about, I've not been asked to promote to anybody's books. I wouldn't do that. Very genuine. I would only kind of tell you about books that I've actually read or I'm reading just now. that I'm enjoying. So, Dot-Com Secrets by Russell Brunson, I would definitely get that if you're into online business at all. And check out ClickFunnels as well. I was at his event recently, and it was amazing. That was in San Diego. That's why I was in San Diego last year, and it was an amazing event. The other book I've just finished, and it's about spirituality. And the book is not out yet. It's coming out, I think it's May or June, but you can pre-order it just now. But this Karan Bajaj, he wrote to me by email. He said, I've got this book out. I wondered if you'd like an advance copy. And to be honest, I get asked a lot to read kind of advanced copies of book. And to be honest, I've not got the time to do it. I just don't have time to read a lot of books. As much as I love reading, I don't have time to read a lot of books. So I can only manage about maybe a book a week or a book every couple of weeks to read. And I wish I could do more, but I can't. So this was about a book about a guy kind of grown up in the kind of streets of New York, the rough area streets of New York, trying to find himself. He's asking the big questions. What's life all about? What do I want to do with my life? And he tries to find himself. So he actually goes up and he goes to find himself, and he goes on a spiritual path to find himself. So finds him in kind of Tibet and looking for this kind of monk and stuff like that. And it's his journey along the way. And I was reading it as I was going to the airport. I was reading it in the airport as well. And it was a really good book. And it was this book called The Yoga of Max's Discontent by Karan Bajaj. And it was a really, there's a couple of bits in it that I thought that were out of place. When he met a couple of women along on his spiritual path as well. I thought it was very kind of out of place. But overall, it was a really, really good book, and I'm not going to tell you the ending of it, if he finds himself or not. But it's a really good book. I would recommend that to anybody as well. And the last one, people keep writing to me on Facebook because I keep talking about the law of attraction, and I don't like the way the law of attraction has been taught by the mainstream people as well. People have got programs out there that are just kind of riding the coattails of the law of attraction and just selling kind of any old stuff. But I don't think it's been taught the right way. And I was writing a program last year called The Magic at themagic.life. And when I was writing that, I just wanted to teach it in a different way. It's not about just kind of sitting on your arse all day and saying, I'd like to have this and the universe is going to send you it. Nothing to do with that. And when I was doing all the research for the program and for the ebook I was writing as well, I came across this set of books that was just brilliant. And I named The Magic because I thought, this is magic. It's not about the law of attraction. It's not about anything. It's pure magic. And I've been using the principles for years now. I've been telling you kind of stories as I've been going along in the live streams. But there's a woman, and it's a pseudonym. I don't know who the actual author is. But this is a pseudonym or a pen name. It's a woman called Genevieve Davis. That's brilliant. And she's got these, well, she's actually got 4 books out now. But these are ones, is Doing Magic, is book 1. And, sorry, Becoming Magic is book 1. And then Doing Magic is book 2. And Advanced Magic is book 3. And the very, very thin books, again, you could read them in a couple of hours. But the information on it, pertaining to the law of attraction and just the downright honesty about the law of attraction and everything else, amazing. These are by far the best books I've read on the law of attraction, apart from Wayne Dyer and Esther Hicks as well. I really love their stuff as well. They're very genuine and very down to earth and teach the law of attraction in a practical way that people can use, not the way it's kind of been spouted in a lot of places on the internet. But these books are brilliant. But even better than the books is the audiobooks. There's somebody who's actually reading the books out loud. It's not Genevieve Davis. It's actually somebody called Fiona Hardingham. And just when you listen to her voice, it's just brilliant. And you can listen to the audiobooks in a couple of hours. And I've listened to them honestly about 10 times each, because again, the information I get from them is just so brilliant. And when I when I wrote The Magic, and I discovered these books, I thought, oh no, she's going to think I'm ripping off that name, The Magic. But it wasn't about that, it's just I came up with the title, and then I found these books during my research. But these books are definitely the best ones on the law of attraction, because I've had a couple of emails asking me about what books on the law of attraction would I recommend. I've had a couple of private messages as well. So that's the books that are kind of changing my life, that's the books that have changed my life, and I'm just wondering what books have changed your life, or currently are you reading just now? Nico, Alida, I'm magic. You definitely are magic. Everybody is magic. They just don't realise it. They don't realise they have that power to change their life and change the world round about them as well. And I thoroughly believe that. And that's my phone going off. I should have taken my phone out. So 1 second. I can't believe that happened. I didn't take my phone away. So yeah, so what books have changed your life? I don't believe that. Right, I'm going to turn this off. I'll probably phone back in a minute. Okay, Thinking Fast and Slow, Amy J. Dunaway. I've never heard of that. Thinking Fast and Slow. Four Agreements, that's Paulo Coelho. Is that Paulo Coelho? No, that's somebody else. That's another author. I've actually not read that. I think I've got it. That's on my list to read. Hear Your Life by Louise Hay. Veronica Moreno. Eckhart Tolle, The Here and Now, Sue. I've missed that. Details there. Everything by Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard, I was speaking to somebody about Neville Goddard. It was one of my coaching clients, and she brought up Neville Goddard again. That's about 4 times I've heard his name in the last week. So I'm definitely going to check him out myself. Jonathan Livingston Seagull is a brilliant book. I love that as well. Dr. Wayne Dyer, Joyce has said Dr. Wayne Dyer. Jill Edwards, I've missed that again. That was about living magically, I think, as well. Margaret Hayes has said Codependent No More. Excellent. So there's lots of The Alchemist, that's Paulo Coelho. Julie Bacchus, that's a really good book as well. Full Agreement says Paulo Coelho. Thanks for that. Who else? Neville Goddard, somebody else is bringing up. Sophie Leah Nugent has brought up Neville Goddard as well. Eckhart Tolle, Paul was saying. Conversations with God, I think that's Neil Donald Walsh. I think that's a really good book as well, even if you're not religious in any way, which I'm not, but I thought the books were good. Richard Bach, excellent. Yeah, that was Jonathan Livingston Seagull as well. You Can't Hear Me. You have to click on the picture and go to a different tab to hear me. Pulling Your Own Strings, Carol Campbell St John. I've not heard of that, Pulling Your Own Strings. Excellent. Grace by Christine McGrory. I've not heard of that. Michelle Abate. You Can Heal Your Life. Michelle Snedden said that again. Yep. So there's a lot of good books out there. I've only mentioned ones that are kind of changing my life just now, or kind of changed my life in the past. So I would definitely recommend those books. So what to do is leave a comment for other readers after this video is kind of gone off live, and I'll just leave this video at the top of the page. So you can leave a comment for everybody to say, okay, what is the book that you've read that really changed you the most, or is currently changing your view about life, about yourself, about what is possible in life as well. I think it'd be really good for everybody just to say, okay, these are the books I'm reading. So, are you okay now, Marianne? Yes, I'm okay now. Well, I'm much better now. I'm probably 90% of the way there. You can still probably see my jaws a wee bit swollen, but it's okay. Thanks for asking. I really appreciate that. Hi Steve, I've just started The Magic. It's very powerful. Oh, thanks. So you're reading that? So that's the ebook I've written called The Magic, and I think it is a really good book. And I'll post a link for you to get that as well. Even if you just read the ebook, you don't buy the program. You don't need to buy the program at themagic.life. If you just read the ebook, I think you'll really enjoy it, and I'll give you a lot of. Seat of the Soul, Margaret Hayes. Seat of the Soul, I've heard of that as well. Oh, I can't remember the author. You need to tell me the author as well. That's going to bug me if you write something I don't know who the author is. Thank you, Steve. Love your advice. Indrawati Singh, thanks for that. The Secret, I love The Secret as well. I thought The Secret wasn't taught the right way when I watched the movie. Subsequently I read the book as well. I don't think it's been taught the right way, but they're leaving a lot of things out. And this is where Genevieve Davis has come in and kind of stepped in and done a lot of things with the law of attraction as well. So nice to hear about your books. Thanks, Sam Nestle, is that right? Thank you. Write a book, Steve. I'll read it, says Sue Hall. But I've been meaning to write a book. Actually, I wrote to a publisher, HarperCollins. I wrote to them and said, listen, I've got a book inside me. I think this would be great. And they kind of wrote back and said, well, we'll need to talk. And I don't know what happened after that. Nothing kind of happened after that. So my thinking is I'm going to write a book. I'm going to, I've written a couple of books already, but it was just experiments that I've done. It wasn't kind of anything serious. So I'll be a writer after this online kind of stuff. From the ages of 55, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be a writer because I want to continue helping to change the world. I don't say that lightly. I just want to kind of touch one person at a time through the books, my words, my videos, anything at all. It's not being big-headed. It's just that's my mission in life, just to help as many people as possible. Coffee for you? Yes, I need a coffee. Is that a book name, or are you just asking if I want a cup of coffee? I need a cup of coffee. Sophie Lee Nugent, are you religious, Steve? I'm not religious at all, to be honest. A lot of people get annoyed when I say that I'm not religious. I believe I'm very spiritual. Sorry, I'm just petting my dog here. Carrie, you want to come up and show everybody? There she is. There she is. Look. Who's this? Cara, look. Right, down you go. That's my dog, Cara. So you can tell this is live, or I wouldn't have a dog live. And no, I'm not religious at all. I just don't believe, and I just don't believe in kind of any religion at all. But I'm very spiritual. As I say, there's definitely an energy out there, a universal energy, and a collective consciousness that we can tap into. That's my belief, anyway. And the book I was reading, called Death is an Illusion by Elsa Biskov, that kind of cements the idea that the ideas that I've been thinking as well. And I believe we can all tap into that energy. So that's the energy that people that have gone, that have been and have not came to this world yet. I think we can all tap into that energy somehow, and through meditation and just through other practices as well. And that's kind of my belief. I know a lot of people won't like that and they'll be turned off, but I'm just being honest. She's beautiful, said Claire. She's 4 years old now, coming up for 5 actually, and she's lovely. Ellie Stanton, author of The Magic. It wasn't called The Magic. The Magic is the ebook I'd written, if that's the one you're looking for. Pretty dog, says Leanne. Yes, she is. She's beautiful. What will be the name of your book? Probably The Magic, because I love talking about that. I love talking about law of attraction principles, shall we say, not the law of attraction. I don't think it should. It's not a law at all, but law of attraction principles that's been taught just now. Death is an Illusion, Bridget Wickman Larson. Death is an Illusion, yeah, that's a really good book to read. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Cynthia. Yeah, that's a really good book as well. I read that when I was in Turkey 4 years ago. It's weird how you remember places where you've been because of the books you've read. Well, I do anyway. I don't know if that's weird. Quran is one which can really change your life. I've not read, we read part of the Quran in school, I think, but I've not actually read it. Obviously I know what it's about. Okay, so I'm going to go just now. That was just it was just to tell you the books that have changed my life, or currently changing my life, and to ask you what books have changed your life or what's changing your life. If you want to read more on the magic, you can go to themagic.life, and you'll be able to get it there. So themagic.life, and I'll put in the comments the link for that, because a lot of people will be interested in that, in the law of attraction or the law of attraction principles. And it lays it out in a very quick, easy to read way, and you can literally change your life. It's certainly changed my life anyway. And I'll put links to the other books that I've got as well. So for now, namaste, and I'll see you soon.